Tradcon women are just as bad as feminists.
Chester, what exactly have you done to help men or fight against feminists? In fact, what has any MGTOW done to help men or stop feminists other than make YouTube videos?
I believe that in cases of rape and life-threatening complications for the mother, abortion should be legal. That being said though, I will never cry over abortion not being available for the average woman on demand, and I definitely don't believe the taxpayer should have to fund it if it is available.
Wait, what did Chester purposely omit from the conversation? 3 of the 6 main sponsors of the Georgia bill were women. The primary sponsor of the Alabama bill was a woman. The governor who signed Alabama's bill into law was a woman, and she proudly announced it on Twitter. And just remember, Chester, Alabama took it further and excluded the rape exception. That's not all, Chester. In the UK, 40% of Catholic men wanted abortion reduced or banned. How many Catholic women? 57%. 59% of conservative men opposed abortion. The amount of conservative women in America? 68%. How many Republican women do you think want abortion banned even in the case of rape? 62%. This is the only group with a ban all abortion majority. Even Republican men didn't go that far. Another survey said the same thing, while only 47% of Republican men want to see Roe v. Wade overturned. 60% of Republican women wanted to see Roe v. Wade overturned. In conclusion, feminists see tradcons as their number one enemy, especially the women. Like, dude, feminists hate tradcons so much, they don't even care when male feminists harass and assault them.
Representative Brian Sims here, and I'm once again out in front of Planned Parenthood of Southeastern Pennsylvania. Today's protester, now, she is an old white lady who's gonna try to avoid showing you her face. Shame on you. What you're doing here is disgusting. This is wrong. You have no business being out here. These are the kind of attacks that we can expect on Planned Parenthoods in the current administration. Shame on you, ma'am, for standing out here thinking you know what's right for other people's bodies. And don't convince yourself that what you're doing isn't extremely racist. How dare you? This is grotesque. This is the hiding, shameful face of those that judge at Planned Parenthood, and it's disgusting. Bunch of pseudo-Christian protesters who've been out here shaming young girls for being here. And so here's the deal. I've got $100 to anybody who will identify any of these 3.
So we're
going to donate to
just
Planned Parenthood. I'm going to donate to Planned Parenthood. So look, a bunch of white people standing out in front of a Planned Parenthood, shaming people. There's nothing Christian about what you're doing. Nothing Christian at all about what you're doing.
I asked my colleagues how it was that in a room of nearly 160 men, I was the man that respected women the most.
If all women are selfish and only think of themselves, why be conservative? It would be far more convenient for all women to demand abortions up to birth. If all women are selfish and only think of themselves, why were women, including rape victims, standing against Christine Ford? If all women are feminists, why not blindly believe Christine Ford? Male feminists were doing that. And those same male feminists were sending rape threats to women who sided with Brett Kavanaugh. Why would women act against their own best interest if all they want to do is oppress men? Let's review and break down that video. White male politician harasses old lady for 9 minutes. That same white male politician placed a bounty on 3 teenagers. One of them was 13, another was non-white. Keep in mind, feminists couldn't care less about what Brian Sims was doing.
I asked my colleagues how it was that in a room of nearly 160 men, I was the man that respected women the most.
If those 4 females were pro-choice, they would be praised as martyrs by intersectional feminists, especially the Me Too movement. Why be a secret feminist when being a radical feminist gives women more attention and more power?